my name is Nick Weiss. I am the founding and managing attorney of MT Weiss Law, providing real estate, family law, estate planning, and business litigation services in Northeast Ohio. Today, I want to discuss the initial consultation. At our firm and at most firms, we don't do blind representation. Instead, we require anyone who's coming in to set up a time to talk with a practitioner who practices in that space, who can get the relevant information from you, provide potential solutions, if any, and recommend either proceeding with further legal action or with abandoning the legal action. Most of the time, you will be talking with myself if you are calling in or scheduling a time. Sometimes, if it is a time-sensitive issue, you may be talking with our senior paralegal, Aaron Reyes, if it is a family law issue. These consultations are meant to provide some general advice. They're meant to provide a plan of action, but we only have 30 minutes if it's on the phone, or an hour if it's an in-person consultation. For most matters, that is not enough time to come up with a line-by-line game plan, but it is enough time to get an understanding of your issue and make some general recommendations going forward. So how can you help make that process a little bit more efficient? Some of the things that I like to ask for on these consultations are documents. If we are talking about a real estate dispute, please bring a purchase agreement. If we are talking about an existing family law issue, if you have your divorce decree, if you have your parenting plan, bring those so we have something to look at and go through, so we're not guessing about what the terms are that we're discussing. If you're talking about updating an estate plan or creating an estate plan, bringing them the documents that show your assets, debts, income, expenses, that give us an idea of where we want to go with that plan can help us in making a recommendation as to what kind of estate plan you should have. So for the most part, document the things that will make that initial consultation more efficient. What happens during the consultation? I'm going to talk with you, or Eric's going to talk with you about what the issue is, what the key facts are, what the key players are, key parties in the dispute. Find out or try to identify what the central legal issues are, and then make recommendations going forward. We try to be transparent in these consultations. We're never going to pressure you to hire us. Instead, we are going to tell you what we think your best course of action is. Sometimes that's nothing. Sometimes that's letting it ride. Sometimes that's handling the matter yourself. If we have a matter that simply would not be cost effective to bring in an attorney on because the result would never justify the cost. Sometimes we do recommend hiring less. We discuss price, we discuss game plan, we discuss what our next steps would be. But at all times, you can ask questions, you can get those questions answered, and maybe not with the specificity that we would have for a longer consultation, we can give a general idea of what your next step should be. Scheduling the consultation. We are an active firm. We litigate a lot of cases. We do a lot of planning. We have offices in South Euclid and in Elyria, and I take the majority of our consults. That means people are calling in to schedule time. They're signing up online to schedule time. It is very, very difficult to get a same-day appointment because other people have scheduled ahead of time. So if you have a legal issue and you need a consultation, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to schedule that consultation before you think you've got a deadline coming up, before the hearing is coming, before that divorce filing is going to be hitting your door. Because it might take a day, it might take 2 days, it might take a week, depending on trial schedule, to actually speak with an attorney and get an idea of what your next steps should be. So what should we be taking away from this? Your initial consultation is just a first step, right? We are not agreeing to anything. We are not pushing forward. We are there to get the information that you provide you a general guide about how we think you should handle your situation, and provide general legal advice about how we think you can help if we think that we can help. Please bring your documents with you, bring your information with you to make this an effective and efficient consultation so that we can provide you the best information possible. If you have any other questions, if you have anything else that you'd like to ask the firm, please feel free to reach out to us with your family law, real estate, and estate planning needs. You may wonder, what is the relationship between you seeking the consultation and me as the attorney? We enter into what's called attorney-client privilege from the moment you call to the moment you set up that consultation, and then in perpetuity for the rest of our lives, unless I think that something dangerous is about to happen to someone else as a result of the information that you're telling me, and then even then, not always, I can't tell anyone. We have that attorney-client privilege, and that exists whether you hire us, whether you don't hire us, whether you talk to us for a second, whether you talk to me for an hour. I can never tell anyone that information without your permission.